Fan of Peanuts writes, well, now, how are you? I'm good, thank you. And how's Ann doing? She's doing great. She's enjoying her new Amazon job very much. When are you or will you be playing The Last of Us Part 2? I was a massive fan of the first game and thought it was a top 10 game of all time. I am 12 hours into playing Part 2 and it is beyond incredible. Okay, so that was the end of that. Yesterday, I watched the 10-hour movie version of Last of Us 2. So watch the whole story. It included all the cutscenes and all the gameplay parts that actually revealed story. It was over 10 hours long. It was 11 hours long. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's fucking brilliant. It's fantastic. I don't know where where all these people are online going, it sucks. Oh, okay, whatever. I'm telling you, I watched this 10 plus, almost 11 hour long version of the story. And I can only talk about the story because I didn't play the game. I was going to download the game and I thought, let me watch the story first. And I watched the story and I put up on the YouTube community tab. I said, guys, if this was just a movie, I would just give it all the Oscars. It is fucking brilliant. The story is more than brilliant. It is the best story I have ever seen. It is the most in-depth, visceral, emotionally resonant, powerful storytelling I've ever seen in a video game. I have never seen anything come close to being its equal. I have never seen anything come close to being its equal. They do shit in this game that is cinematically masterful. Like, I felt I was so invested in the story that I was getting gut punched and punched in the face and whatever. And the fact that, it's one of the things that I really loved. I'm not going to give spoilers away, but it's one of the things that I loved about that Samuel L. Jackson, Ben Affleck movie called Changing Lanes, right? What happens when even normally good people get caught up in anger and revenge and bitterness and bad things happen and suddenly one thing gets compounded by another thing, gets compounded by another thing, and then compounded by another thing. And I'm just watching this and I'm like, this is effing brilliant. It's brilliant. So look, all art and storytelling is subjective. Fine. It is. And so not everybody is going to engage this story and have the same reaction to it that I'm having. But it's a masterpiece. It's an absolute fucking masterpiece of storytelling. They never take the easy way out. They have difficult things and they show characters as being flawed characters who are as susceptible to being infected with pain and being infected with I don't even know. I'm running out of words to use. I have never, ever enjoyed watching the story of a video game. Never anywhere near as much as Last of Us 2. And yeah, there are some leaks. And when I heard the leaks, I didn't like the leaks. I didn't like them. But I told everybody, but we don't know the context of it, so let's wait and see. But I didn't like the leaks that I had heard either. I didn't like what I was hearing. In context, in the game, it's brilliant. And I always say, characters aren't there to serve the story. Sorry, stories aren't there to serve the characters. The characters are there to serve the story. And everything done by and to the characters in this story serve the story. And the result is something that I thought about all night and I'm still thinking about today. I thought about it all night and I'm still thinking about it today. They made these characters feel real. They made these characters feel visceral. They put them in brutal circumstances and then showed the real human condition about how that affects us. And it's fucking brilliant. I feel the same way I do about Man of Steel. I get it. It's all subjective. And I respect that there are people who don't like Man of Steel. I respect that because it is all subjective. But I also think to myself when I hear somebody go, I hate Man of Steel. I'm like, how? How do you hate Man of Steel? How? Right? but I do accept it. Hey, it's all subjective. Some people aren't going to like it, and I accept that. And I feel the same way about Last of Us 2, because I read some people online going, this thing sucks. And I'm like, how the fuck do you feel that way about this? Is the most brilliant storytelling I have ever seen in a video game medium ever. Nothing comes close to it. Nothing comes close to it. I mean, to me, the best ones ever were, in no particular order, the first Last of Us, Uncharted, Thief's End, God of War. These are ones that had really great, these are like my favorite pure story elements from a video game ever. This one leaves them all in the dust, in my opinion, and just from my opinion. And I didn't play the game. I'm simply speaking from the story point of view. From the story point of view. It is an insane, in-depth character study about what happens to different people when different horrible things happen to them, what pain does to people. If I had to sum up in like one statement what I felt like the story of Last of Us 2 is what pain can do to people. What pain can do to even the best of people. How pain can alter your vision of reality and your own perception of your own behavior. What pain can do to us. I'm getting chills thinking about it. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. And again, all due respect to people who played the game and watched the story and came out with a different experience than I did. All due respect. All due respect. It's all subjective. If you watched it or played it and you had a different emotional reaction to it, I respect that. I do. I don't understand it and I disagree with it, but I respect it. I do. But for my money, it's the greatest storytelling I've ever seen in the video game medium. I've never seen anything come close. Anyway.